Number 1, shut the fuck up about the plugins and software that I use to make my music. You don't know me, how I live my life, how I run my business, and how I decide on what sponsorships I'm going to take. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not sold to the highest bidder. Yes, I do have to make an income from what I do here on this platform, but that does not mean compromising my integrity by accepting anything and everything that comes my way. Every tool that you see me share on this channel or talk about on this channel or feature in a video is something that I actually found value in myself for the way that I make music. And so I feel like if I find value in it, then there's at least one person out there who also can find some use in that very same tool. Now, I don't care whether or not people agree with my stance on these tools or not, because it's up to you, the viewer, to decide, is this plugin or tool too expensive? Is this useful for me in the way that I make music? I mean, these things are natural. You are not me. You do not make decisions for me. Let's leave it at that. Number 2, I do not give a flying rat's anus whether you think my music is good or not. Luckily for me, I don't make music for you and I don't make music for you. I make music for me, so I'm not a slave to any listener, and while I appreciate and respect those who support me and my music and everything that I put out, I'm not gonna sit here and base the decisions that I make regarding my music off of someone else's opinions. That's how you lose the essence of who you are as a creative person. I once heard a musician ask people a question: do musicians make music for the listener or for themselves? And the answer was they make music for the listener, but the first listener is the musician making the music. If I myself don't enjoy the stuff that I'm creating to begin with, then what makes me think that anybody else is going to enjoy it, let alone what is the purpose for me even creating that stuff? I come first when it comes to my music, and I expect that you would feel the same way about the music that you create. No matter what I say about it or think about it, no matter what any other person or being that's out there, your family, your friends, other musicians, who cares what they think? If you like it, then you have succeeded. Number 3, I don't care what the correct ways to make music are. And I know that is a pretty huge statement to make, considering I'm somebody who teaches other people how to make music. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but guess what? I am. All I care about from this point on is how the music sounds in the end result. How I choose to get there is entirely up to me, the creator. Whether I choose to use methods that I was taught from YouTube tutorials, or I find out a way myself by using different plugins and just messing around, I will always want to learn about new methods of creating music from other people who know things that I don't know. I will always be a sponge. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that your workflow is your workflow. The way that I make music is the way that I make music. And what works for me may not work for you. I teach music making the way that I know best, and that way is by exploring yourself, to try things, to press the wrong buttons, to turn the wrong knobs, to screw up some settings in the plugin and then having to hit the undo button 30 times because you messed everything up. You guys have to realize I was raised by Miss Frizzle on the Magic School Bus, who taught us to take chances and make mistakes. I think so many music makers out there are so focused and hell-bent on making music the official way, the way that they teach you in school, the way that college showed me, the way that this YouTube tutorial said that I need to put this compressor here and things here, because everybody wants to come across as somebody who knows it all or knows what they're doing, or that they're formally educated and have this degree that they paid $100,000 for. But the truth is, none of us know what we're doing. Even people in the industry who have been making music for the longest time, yes, they have knowledge on certain things, certain plugins and aspects of music, but everybody's just making this stuff up as we go along, okay? Everybody's making up new ways, reinventing new things as we're creating this music. And I feel like not enough people are willing to look like a fool and put themselves out there to learn things on their own, because I truly believe that there is a lot of value in self-exploration. Learning from others is definitely a big part of the process, but also learning things by yourself is another great way to make music. And I feel that experience is the greatest teacher of all. This is how I personally grew as a performing musician and a music producer. And all this leads me to my last and final point of this video, which is number 4. If you want to unsubscribe, then just do it. Unsubscribe from me right now. Click the button. Goodbye, so long, farewell to you, my friend. I honestly have zero interest in knowing why you're choosing to leave, why you're choosing to announce to me that, oh, you just lost a sub. That's great. Get the fuck out of my life and never come back again, because I don't want you in my life, okay? And the reason I don't care is not because I'm just trying to be a hater and I'm bitter and things like that. It's because the people who unsub Only do so when I speak about a plugin or a company or a method that I use that they disagree with. Rather than just being an adult and unsubscribing, moving on with your life, making your decisions, they have the need to announce it to me and voice how disappointed they are in me. And this is for having the balls to say what I feel and feel what I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. People always expect me to be sad. They expect me to beg and plead because they're gone, and they want me to admit some kind of wrong that I've committed or something like that. But the truth is, as I said in number 1, I'm gonna make decisions for myself and do what I wanna do because I find use in it. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with fame and fortune. People think I get paid more than what I actually get paid, okay? So I'm not gonna be sad that I lost a sub. In fact, if I lose 10 subs for posting this video, then so be it. I'm happy you're choosing to leave me alone because I don't want you in my life. I want people around me who are going to appreciate me for being myself, for having the balls and courage to say what I want to say and exactly what I mean, even if they disagree. Supporters who choose to go because otherwise are fickle as fuck, and I don't want fickle people in my life. I have my own core values and principles that I stick to, and if you don't understand them, then that is your problem. Now, I do try my best to explain the things that I do and say and the plugins that I use, why I choose to use them, because I'm someone that likes for people to understand my thought process behind things. But it makes no sense for me to do that when it just falls on deaf ears anyway. I have found that my 10 years on YouTube, people don't want to listen because they're hard-headed and they're stubborn. They all want to stand for something so badly and have their voices heard. And there's nothing wrong with having your voice heard and speaking out about something that you believe in. I encourage you to do so. But when it causes you to be an unreasonable human being and block out everything that I say because you're trying to protect your own ego, that's where I have an issue with it, and I would rather not deal with you at all. With all that said, I just wanted to get this year started with this video because I want to start things the right way. And for me, the only right way is the honest way. I'm going to continue to be who I am on this channel, who I always have been on this channel, and represent the things that I feel can help musicians that are much like myself, because that's who I'm here for, really. The people that are like me, the self-taught musicians who are in the trenches teaching themselves how to make music, teaching themselves how to play the keyboard, teaching themselves how to record and mix their own records, watching YouTube tutorials. I am here for them, okay, and them alone. So whether or not you choose to stick around knowing this information is entirely up to you, and that decision is one that I respect regardless. So for those still rocking with me this year and many years to come, I love you, I appreciate you, and I thank you. And for those who will hit that unsubscribe button, I love you, I appreciate you, and I thank you. And above all, no matter what, as always, whether you're here or not, stay legendary. All right.